Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I was packing my bag for a trip that I'm going to be taking with my wife Kate. We're going to be doing some hiking in the Columbia River Gorge, spending some time in the town of Hood River. And I thought, since I'm packing my bag anyway, I will just go ahead and make my own contribution to that tried and true YouTube photography video genre, the what's in my bag video. I've never done one of these before, so thought it'd be fun to give it a try. I don't have an overhead camera set up to do some top-down B-roll, and so I took some B-roll earlier that I will splice in so you can see what it looks like from up above. But let's just go ahead and get into it. All right, let's start with the bag itself. This is the Low Pro Tactic BP 450 AW2. I bought this 5 years ago. It was the first major camera bag purchase that I made. I've actually never tried to replace this one because I've been very, very happy with it. It's not available in this particular edition anymore, but I know that they have updated editions. Highly recommend it. I like the waist straps. It's very comfortable. It has a space here for like better airflow along your back. You'll see that it holds a lot. I have a little pouch here where I usually keep like a Leatherman or some other tools. Also, you can attach something to the side here that will let you carry your tripod. I actually don't have that on here at the moment. But yeah, that's another nice feature. It's very rugged. It just held up very, very well. This is made to hold a 15-inch laptop. I am able to put my 16-inch laptop in here. It is a little bit tight, but it works fine. And so I guess I'll mention this next. This is the 16-inch MacBook Pro with the M2 Pro chip. Got this a little over 2 years ago. I was doing a lot of video editing for a previous YouTube channel. I needed something that would work better than the 2019 iMac that I was using at the time. The most intensive thing that I do on here is video editing and photo editing. It does it all like a breeze. Probably the most expensive investment that I have made to date. So it was not cheap. This is my main camera. This is the Nikon Z8. This is probably the best and most capable camera that I will ever own. There's nothing that I would want to do that this camera could not handle and do exceptionally well. And it will be my main camera for many years to come. I will say that I had the D850 for a while. That was my last DSLR. And one of the things that I loved to do with the D850 was I loved to do bird and wildlife photography. And when I moved into mirrorless, I got first I got the ZFC, but then I got the Z7 II, thinking that would replace my D850. And there were a lot of things that the Z7 II did really well. I mean, the sensor is beautiful. It makes great photos. For landscape photography, it was great. But I found that it really struggled with autofocus when I was doing bird and wildlife photography compared to the D850. And I feel like with the Z8 now, getting this camera a few years after getting the Z7 II, I feel like I just now actually replaced my D850. My second camera is the one that's filming me right now. This is the Nikon ZF. And I did a whole video about the ZF a few weeks ago, and it's known for its retro good looks, but it's also I would say a very underrated camera in terms of what it's capable of. It does great video, has amazing IBIS. The build quality is very, very good. It's weather sealed. The one drawback I would say about the ZF, especially as a second camera that comes with me in the camera bag, primarily for video, is just that it's pretty heavy. I think at some point I would like to get I want to get like the unicorn of video cameras to bring with me on shoots, and that is something that's preferably full frame, but also weather sealed, shoots great video, and is also small and fairly lightweight with great autofocus, which the ZF definitely has. I know that camera exists. I don't know exactly which camera is the right one for me, but eventually I think I will probably replace the ZF in the camera bag as a video camera and use it primarily as a standalone camera because it's an amazing camera that I'll have for a long time. The lens that is filming me right now is a Tamron 28-75 f2.8. It pairs really well with the Nikon ZF. This will be my primary video lens, and it will come with me on shoots, including the one that I'm packing for now, primarily as my video lens. All right, moving into the photography lenses, this is the 24-120 f4 S-line lens. This is by far my most used lens, especially for landscape. I either blame this lens or give credit to this lens for me fully moving into the Z mirrorless system. My very first mirrorless camera was the Nikon ZFC. It's a little crop sensor camera, great camera. It came with a kit lens, and then I also bought the 28mm f2.8 special edition pancake-ish lens. But my first real upgrade lens for the ZFC was this lens. It was on a crop sensor camera would be what, 36mm to 180mm. And I was blown away by how sharp the images were. The colors, the sharpness. I wanted to shoot this lens all the time. And so I did eventually sell my D850 to get the Nikon Z7 II. Probably 75% of all of my landscape shots are done on this lens. My second most used lens is this one. It's the 100 to 400mm 4.5 to 5.6 S-line lens. And this is a very versatile lens. It is great for birds and wildlife. Pairs very, very nicely with the Z8 for that. I also have shot a lot of sports with this lens. And I use it a lot for my landscape photography. It's probably, I mean, it is my second most used lens, even for landscape photography. It's just great at picking out little scenes. And then my third landscape lens that I'll mention is the 14-30 f4, again, S-line lens. This is a wide angle lens. To be honest, I don't use this a ton. It's not very often that I'm going wider than 24mm. I kind of want to. I kind of want to be in places where that requires me to go a little bit wider, but so far, I'm not using this a ton. But it comes with me just in case. There's another lens I want to mention, and I'm often choosing between these two lenses in my bag. I choose between bringing the 14-30 f4 that I just mentioned, or this. This is the 105mm f2.8 S-line macro lens. I will often bring this with me if I'm on a hike in the forest. I use this to take shots of mushrooms, insects, ferns, plants. I take pictures of flowers in the yard, which I guess I wouldn't need a bag for, but this is a fantastic lens as well. And I wasn't sure which one to actually put in here because I probably end up using this a little bit more, but it is something more of a specialty lens. I don't know, but this kind of is too. Anyway, I chose to include this one in the bag. This is the one I'm bringing with me on the hike with Kate, but this is one that I use a lot as well. An amazing lens. All right, what else do I have in the bag? I have my Peak Design slide strap. I have this filter pouch. These are my Maven magnetic filters. I got these from their Kickstarter a couple years back, and I've been really, really happy with them. Now that I've used magnetic filters, I don't know that I would ever go back to the ones I was using before. I have the Rode Wireless Go system. It comes with 2 receivers. I have one here. It's connected to my camera, and this is the second one. I'm bringing this because often when Kate and I are hiking, and if we're making a video together, we'll each have one of these. Let's see, what else? Batteries for the cameras. Another key tool that I use for video is the Osmo Pocket 3. This is the Creator Combo. One of my favorite things about the Pocket 3 is how it syncs automatically with this little mic, the DJI mic, and makes it just so simple. No more faffing around, making sure that this is turned on, and then making sure it's all working together. And I like things that work well, but I also like things that work well simply and easy, and this does that. Here I have my SD cards and my CF Express cards. The Z8 takes both. The ZF takes only SD cards and micro SD, which is also very controversial. I talked about that in my video. And here I have a couple lens caps. I have some lens cloth, some other cleaning materials, just things that I need out in the field in order to keep everything clean and dry. Usually keep these two together in my bag. The tripod that I use most often is this Benro Travel Angel. I can't remember the exact name. I will put it down here, but it's not, I know that it's not available anymore. I bought this 3 years ago, and this has worked pretty well. I actually have an Induro tripod that is full size, very, very nice, but the shims inside the leg broke, and I had to special order them, and I haven't put it back together. And so while it's been broken, I've been using this, and this has worked passably well enough that I haven't felt a lot of urgency in fixing the large one. The only thing is I don't like center columns. It doesn't feel as sturdy to me. If I want to get down low, like for a macro shot or something, you kind of have to switch this thing around and kind of do it upside down. So I don't love that. For a tall guy with a big camera, big lenses, it's done pretty well. There are a couple other items that I will sometimes pack in my bag, depending on where I'm going, what I'm doing, and how much time I have. One is I will bring my drone. This is the DJI Mini 3 Pro. I don't use it a lot. I want to use it more. I actually really, really enjoy drone videography in particular. Not so much drone photography, but drone videography. I just don't use it a lot. I'm self-conscious about people hating drones and feeling like they're being spied on. I've had a couple of people make comments, and probably I should be less concerned about that. And then the last thing that I'll mention, because I will sometimes bring this as well, is I will bring the GoPro, and I have a little mini tripod that I will use for it. Right now, this GoPro, this is the Hero 10, and I have the media mod connected to it for a little bit better sound. And I'll either put it on here, or I forgot to get this. Okay. What I like to do is I will actually use this. I use this as a mount, like a chest mount. I put this on, and it's not hooked up right now, but it just like clips right here. You can actually put it underneath your shirt, and if this was connected, you can actually, it just clips right there, and it's actually remarkably steady. When I do POV videos, this is the setup that I'm using. All right, so that is the bulk of what is in my bag. There are a couple things that I didn't mention. I didn't talk about any of my analog cameras because I'm typically not bringing them in a bag like this. I also didn't talk about my favorite little point and shoot, which is the Ricoh GR3X. I've mentioned it in a couple videos so far, and my next video is gonna be kind of my version of a what's in my pockets video. So this is what's in my bag. Next week is gonna be what's in my pockets. Not only will I talk a little bit more about the Ricoh GR3X, which really does live in my pockets and comes with me basically everywhere, but I also have a slightly different take on the everyday carry genre. And so I carry something around with me every day that I don't think a lot of people do. And so if you're interested, definitely watch next week and you'll find out what that is. And I guess that's it. That's my first ever what's in my bag video. Maybe I'll come back in 12 months or 18 months and do another one. But frankly, I just don't see it changing all that much between now and then. First of all, the stuff that I have is amazing. I feel so blessed to have slowly been accumulating all of this over the course of the last quite a few years. It is just top quality. I love Nikon. It's just like they make such great camera gear. If anything, it might change, like my kit might change around the edges a little bit. The ZF has a really cool manual focus function, and I would like to test out a manual focus lens. Probably, you know, I've had my eye on a Voigtlander 40mm f something or other. It's the Nocton lens. It's supposed to be really well built. It's supposed to have a lot of character, but it's also back ordered everywhere. So maybe I'll get that eventually. And Ricoh does have the GR4 coming out in the fall. I'm already saving for that. But really, that's just kind of stuff on the edges, you know? I guess there's no reason to make another what's in my bag video if what's in my bag hasn't really changed all that much. And with that, I'm gonna wrap up this video. I have completely taken over the dining room table, even everything that you can't see off screen. So I need to clean that up before people get home. But let me know in the comments, what are you shooting with right now and enjoying? Thank you for watching. Consider liking and subscribing. And thanks for making it all the way to the end. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.